Welcome to East St. Paul's special meeting. We had to do a meeting today to do a continuation of our meeting on Tuesday evening. I will have the resolution to adopt the agenda and call the meeting to order, the time being 10 a.m.
Whereas the August 19th, 2025 regular planning meeting was adjourned before all agenda items were completed, and whereas outstanding items remain on the agenda, therefore be it resolved that council now proceed with the unfinished business from the August 19th regular planning meeting.
Okay, can I have a mover, please? Councillor Horechko, seconded by Councillor Imhoff. Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. We don't have any delegations that I'm aware of. Is there anybody in the gallery? No. Under bylaws, we have 4.1 for resolution, please.
Be resolved that council hereby reinstates the provision of procedural bylaw number 2021-05.
I can't hear Suzanne if you can hear me.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, but you cut out while you were reading that resolution.
Okay, I will read it again. Be it resolved that council hereby reinstates the provision of procedural bylaw number 2021-05, specifically section 5.7, following the conclusion of the public hearing on secondary plan at the August 19th, 2025 regular planning meeting.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Horechko, seconded by Councillor Imhoff. Any comments or questions? Not hearing any. Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. We don't have anything under policy. Moving to finance. Suzanne, if you'd like to go to 6.1, please. And then if you could just, after each one, just go to the next item instead of myself calling out the next one.
Sure. Be it resolved that the schedule of accounts dated August 19th, 2025, amounting to $6,000 be confirmed as paid.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Posthumus, seconded by Councillor Imhoff. Any questions or comments? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried.
Be it resolved that the schedule of accounts paid since the July 15th, 2025 meeting of council amounting to $688,675.41 be confirmed as paid.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Horechko, seconded by Councillor Imhoff. Any questions or comments? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. I can't see Councillor Duval. I only have screen for Oris, Brian, and Charles. Councillor Duval, if you move to my chair in the gallery, then I could see you on the larger screen. Yeah, that's great if you just move over a little bit. Thank you. Go ahead, Suzanne.
All that the net payroll and council indemnities for the arm of East St. Paul for July 16th to August 19th, 2025, amounting to $386,193.72 be approved.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Duval, seconded by Councillor Imhoff. Any questions or comments? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried.
Be resolved that the statement of revenues and expenditures for the period ending July 31st, 2025 be approved as presented.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Horechko, seconded by Councillor Duval. Any questions or comments? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Moving down under general business, under planning, we have 7.1.1 for resolution.
Be it resolved that council adopt the development agreement for subdivision S24-3091 between 6 Wirth Way Limited and the arm of East St. Paul. And be it further resolved that the mayor and CAO be authorized to sign the agreement on behalf of the municipality.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Posthumus, seconded by Councillor Duval. Any questions or comments? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Moving down to 7.2, which is administration, we have 7.2.1 for resolution.
Whereas the arm of East St. Paul entered into an operating agreement with Manitoba Justice effective July 8th, 2024 for the operation of a community safety officer program. And whereas the arm of East St. Paul, in collaboration with the arm of Springfield, Manitoba Justice, and the RCMP Red River North Detachment, has identified the need for enforcement within a defined portion of the provincial trunk highway 59 located in the arm of Springfield. And whereas the arm of Springfield and the Springfield Police Board have expressed their support for the arm of East St. Paul community safety officers to carry out enforcement within the specified jurisdiction. And whereas Manitoba Justice has prepared an amending agreement to the existing operating agreement to permit this expanded jurisdiction. Therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the Arm of East St. Paul authorizes the mayor and CAO to sign the amending agreement with Manitoba Justice as attached to expand the jurisdiction of the arm of East St. Paul community safety officers to include enforcement within the designated portion of provincial trunk highway 59 and in the arm of Springfield.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Horechko, seconded by Councillor Imhoff. Any comments or questions? Councillor Imhoff?
Yeah, expanding the jurisdiction is one thing. I just want to make sure that we track the amount of time that we spend on our own municipal network as opposed to the provincial highway network, and make sure that we're dedicating the greater amount of time to our own network as opposed to the provincial highway network.
Okay, any other comments or questions? Councillor Posthumus, would you like to rebuttal?
Yeah, I just have a comment with that, and that is noted for Councillor Imhoff, and I'll ensure that, our CSOs are made aware of that. However, it's a section of highway that our CSOs travel to reach another section of our own municipality. So en route to, let's say, the areas of Coronation, Bray, Lauren Hill Road, etc., they must travel that section to get there. So if there is a situation that arises for either support, as we know, there was a very fatal accident there 1 or 2 years ago that our CSOs were not able to attend because it was outside of their jurisdiction. So it's not so much an enforcement measure for them to sit on the highway and monitor traffic as it is to get from one point to another, and should something occur that they do have the authority to enforce.
Thank you for that. Councillor Posthumus, do you still have a comment or question?
Yeah, I guess the CAO answered my question. I don't want them just sitting up there looking for speeding tickets in Springfield constantly on these St. Paul, but no, it's just while they're traveling, and if they understand that, that's fine.
Okay, well, respectfully, I think that our CSOs understand the jurisdiction that they're supposed to be enforcing, and this just allows them a little bit more, I would say, leverage or ability to assist. So without any further questions or comments, unless Councillor Imhoff, you have your hand up.
No, sorry. I'm just blocking my camera by mistake.
Sorry about that. Okay.
That's okay.
So I'll call for the question then. All those in favor? That's carried. I apologize. I just need a minute to open up my agenda again. So now we're moving down to operations, 7.3. So we have 7.31 for resolution, please.
Be resolved that council award capital project 25PW07 transfer station ramp to R&M equipment in the amount of $28,500 plus applicable taxes as the lowest bid meeting project requirements.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Duval, second by Councillor Imhoff. Any questions or comments? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. And then we'll, next is 7.3.2.
Be it resolved that the East St. Paul Skating Club be granted at no charge 1 hour of ice time for the Created for Me daycare program on Thursdays from 1 till 2 p.m. beginning October 1st, 2025 and ending March 31st, 2026.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Duval, seconded by Councillor Posthumus. Any questions or comments? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. We had correspondence in our packages. We do have an in-camera item.
Do
So
have one more item.
Oh, am I
Apologies.
missing? Oh, I'm sorry, under general.
Right.
Sorry.
That's no problem.
7.4.1 for resolution.
Whereas pursuant to section 372 of the Municipal Act, a municipality may set a reserve bid in the amount of the tax arrears and cost in respect to a property. Therefore, be it resolved that council set a reserve bid in the amount of all tax arrears plus costs for the following roll numbers. Roll number 0009001, roll number 0053690, roll number 0062000, and finally roll number 0093627. And be it further resolved that the CAO be appointed as the designated officer to bid on behalf of the municipality to a maximum of $1 on the above mentioned roll numbers.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Horechko, seconded by Councillor Duval. Any questions or comments? Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. And now we can move into camera for the resolution, please.
Be it resolved that council now move in camera per section 152.3 of the Municipal Act to discuss these matters, and be it further resolved that all matters discussed while in camera are to remain confidential as per section 83(1)(d) of the Municipal Act.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Imhoff, seconded by Councillor Duval. Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Council is now coming out of camera. Can I have the resolution read, please?
Be it resolved that council now moves out of camera and resumes the regular meeting of council.
Can I have a mover? Councillor Horechko, seconded by Councillor Posthumus. Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. We do have one resolution coming out of camera. Could I have that resolution read, please?
Whereas resolution 2025-075 dated March 11th, 2025, authorized administration to proceed with the purchase of Imperial Oil lands in RL 101 and 102, Parish of St. Paul. And whereas the terms of the purchase have been finalized and a formal offer to purchase has been prepared by Imperial Oil Limited. Now therefore be it resolved that the arm of East St. Paul approve the execution of the offer to purchase for Lot 2 plan in RL 101 and 102, Parish of St. Paul, and be it further resolved that the mayor and CAO be authorized to sign the offer to purchase on behalf of the municipality. Be it further resolved that the CAO be authorized to submit the required deposit of $375,000 payable to Thompson Dorfman Sweatman LLP take all necessary steps to open the road adjacent to Lot 4 and finalize the plan of works and related documents.
Can I have a mover, please? Counselor Duval, seconded by Counselor Imhoff. Any comments or questions? Okay, call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. And the resolution to adjourn.
Be it resolved that the meeting be adjourned, the time being 10:31 a.m.
Can I have a mover, please? Counselor Posthumous, seconded by Counselor Imhoff. Call for the question. All those in favor? That's carried. Thank you very much. Our meeting is now ended.